All right, guys, exciting news here as we've got a report of Sam Raimi producing a remake of the 1978 killer doll cult classic Magic. Now, I've never seen the original film. I guess it really is a cult classic. I haven't even heard of this one. But I've read a little bit about it, and I'm curious to know what you guys think. So let me know in the live chat. Let me know in the comments if you're watching after the fact. I'm a huge Sam Raimi fan. I mean, The Evil Dead is my favorite horror franchise of all time. So even when he's producing, and I would say maybe even especially when he's producing, I think the newer Evil Dead direction is very interesting. And I really trust him and Rob Tappert and Bruce Campbell with that property. And so I've learned to trust that Sam knows how to pick people, so producing a remake of this film, it'll be very interesting to see what kind of stamp he can put on it by who he hires to helm the film. So this article comes to us by way of John Squires over at Bloody Disgusting, and let's get right into it here. The article says, the 1970s cult classic Magic starring Anthony Hopkins is getting a remake, with Bloody Disgusting learning this afternoon that Sam Raimi will produce alongside Roy Lee. The, quote, newly imagined take on the 1978 killer doll movie comes courtesy of Lionsgate, with Chris Hammond and Tim Sullivan also on board to produce the upcoming movie. The project will be written by Mark Swift and Damian Shannon, who wrote Freddy vs. Jason and Send Help. The original Magic starred Anthony Hopkins as Corky, a magician who reaches fame alongside his ventriloquist dummy, the obnoxious and wisecracking Fats, whom Corky cannot control. Also starring Ann-Margret and Burgess Meredith, directed by Richard Attenborough and written by William Goldman based on his novel, the movie made waves even before its release with its terrifying TV ads, which declared, quote, magic is fun, we're dead, end quote. Megan Navarro, way back on Bloody Disgusting in 2023, wrote about the original film that it's an underappreciated classic and one of horror's most unnerving love stories. So that was for the 45th anniversary. So, maybe it looks like we'll probably have this movie before the 50th, I would imagine. But maybe right around there, depending on how long they take to, develop this. So they've got the original trailer for the for the 1978 cult classic here. I don't feel the need to really watch that, but I am curious to know what you guys think. Let me know if you've seen this movie, either if you're in the live chat or if you're watching after the fact. I guess I got to check this one out just to see what kind of way, Sam Raimi can put his stamp on this one by bringing in the right people. But yeah, we don't really get any idea of, who's going to be directing or anything like that. Although we do have the writers here in Mark Swift and Damian Shannon. So I am sort of curious here, to follow this one as the pre-production goes along. Because again, like I said, I love Sam Raimi. But guys, let me know what you think in the live chat. Jump on into the comments. Let me know what you think down below if you're watching after the fact. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, share the channel with someone who you think would dig this kind of content, and hit that notification bell, because we're covering horror movie news and TV news and comic books and video games. If it's horror and it's newsworthy, it's going to be here on the Davey Deathray channel. So make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing.